Hi everyone! So this video has nothing to do with Guqin, so if you follow me for that, feel free to skip this video. Back in early May, I had made a video about staying at a Minsu in China, or the Chinese version of Airbnb. And someone asked me to do a tutorial on how to use this app because it offers some cheaper options than hotels. So if you are traveling in China, you want to save some money, it can be an option. I'm going to do that today. Just a warning though, this app is fully in Chinese. There's no English translation option on here at all. And the people who put their rentals on here more than likely do not speak English or any other language outside of Chinese. So if you have one of those apps that can translate other apps for you, like what's on your screen for you, into English, this is the time to make use of it. Or if you have friends who can read Chinese, this is the time to get them to help you out. Take them out for dinner, offer to buy them some bubble tea, ask them to help you out, because otherwise it can get very, very tricky. But let's have a look. Okay. Before we download and install the app for your Minsu rentals, we need to download and install either Alipay or WeChat. The app only takes payments from these two sources, so no PayPal, no Venmo, nothing like that. Now WeChat, I don't think WeChat allows international credit cards. I'm not positive, but I do know for sure Alipay does. So before we go into the app for the Minsu, we're going to go into either the Play Store or your Apple Store, and you're going to look for Alipay. So it's this big blue one you see up here. Download, install, and open your Alipay. You're going to set up your account. Alipay does have an English option when you set up, so I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that. Just follow the instructions on there. Set up your account, link a credit card to your Alipay. Okay, that's how you're going to make payments for this Minsu rental. It's also a way you're going to make payments when you come to China, when you go shopping at restaurants or at the shopping centers. Anywhere you go in China, Alipay payments will work. So let's assume now that you have your Alipay all done. Next, you're going to go into Play Store or Apple Store again. And now you're going to look for Xiecheng Youxing. Okay. And I'm going to leave the name of this app in the description. So if you can't type Chinese on your phone, you can just copy and paste it on there, okay? And it's this one with the blue dolphin on it. You're going to download and install this app, Xiecheng Youxing. Now, once you have it installed, I'm actually going to turn off my VPN because it's a Chinese app. I don't need VPN here for that. You open it on your phone. And the first thing you do, it's all in Chinese. It's going to look a little crazy. The first thing you do is you're going to set up your account. So bottom right hand says 我的, which means my account. You're going to open it. And here, it's going to ask you to either log in or sign up, register. So you can tap this big blue button in the center here. Now, because I have an account, it's memorized my phone number, and I can just tap the orange button and sign in directly. But I'm going to show you how to register the first time. So I'm going to choose this one here, which is other ways to sign in. Now, these two characters here up at the top means register. Okay, so if you're signing in for the first time, these two characters are probably what you're going to see. You're going to tap that, and it's going to have a user's agreement. So we're going to hit the big blue button to agree. And here you're going to input your phone number. The right-hand side with this little plus sign, this is your country code. Every country has a code for phone numbers. China's is 86. Now, if you tap the little button, it has all the countries, okay, available here, all right, with the code for your country. And you can input your country in English. It will find it for you. So, for example, if I choose Canada, if I type Canada in English, it pops up the Chinese version here. So don't worry if you don't know your country's name in Chinese. Let me see if I choose United States, what it shows me. Okay, United States is the first one here, and then the second one is the islands, like I think like Puerto Rico and stuff. So if you're from the mainland, then you would choose the first one. Your country code is +1. So you input your phone number here. It's gonna send you an SMS code to input that to register an account. And obviously also don't forget to tap the little check mark here to agree to user agreements. I'm gonna go back and just sign in because I've already signed in before here. So after you sign in the first time, you can just tap this big orange button to sign in, agree, and it signs me in. So you can see my profile picture up here, my username's up here, right? Now, how do we search for the Minsu rentals? You're gonna tap the far left button on the bottom. Now, up at the top, this little house-looking thing says Minsu, 客线. All right, this is what we are going to use to find Minsu. The big pink button on top is your hotel. So you can also book hotels on here, or you can do Minsu. We're going to do Minsu this time. And here, we're going to choose city, date, how many people. So here, we have, it's chosen Beijing for us. But if you tap on it, okay, if you tap on this down button here, it's got all the cities in China. So let me see if it works in English. If I choose Yangzhou. Okay, so it does work in English here. So I've chosen Yangzhou, which is a city in China. The first one that pops up is the city that I'm looking for. If I type in English, let me just try again here. If I type Chengdu. Okay, yes. So Chengdu here, first one is Chengdu Xiecheng, which is a train station. Second one is Chengdu University. Third one is the actual city itself. So if you want to make sure you're not hitting the train station or something, you can look up how to write the city you're visiting in Chinese and search that way. Or if you type in English, it more or less does show you which one you're looking for. So let's choose the third one here because this is the city. Okay, so let's say we're going to Chengdu. And now we're going to choose our dates. The days you're entering or checking in, and then the day until you check out. Okay, so we're going to tap on that, and you can choose. So up here you can see it says 2026, the year, June. We're going to hit to July, August, September. So choose when you're checking in. Let's say we're checking in on September the 13th, and then we're checking out on September the 30th. Let's say, for example, red numbers are holidays in China, national holidays in China. Up at the top here, you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do watch out for the red numbers because holidays in China can get pretty crazy when traveling. We're going to go back to September 13th check-in, September 30th check-out. We're going to confirm that we're staying for 17 nights. And then here, at the bottom here, we're going to choose how many people, how many washrooms we want. First option at the top is how many rooms you want in your accommodations. Next is how many beds. Okay, next is how many people. So I have one person selected. You can choose 2 people, 3 people. Okay, if you have children, you're going to check the first one here. So 0 to 17 years old is considered children. You're going to put in how many children you have. If there's elderly people, if they need special accommodations. And then also, it does have an option for pets, but I'm going to assume that if you're coming internationally for a holiday, you're not bringing your pet here. Next is washrooms. So how many private washrooms you want. Okay, or you need. And then the last one is size of the room. So if you have a specific size you want, then that's place. So I'm going to choose 1 person, 1 washroom. Let's just say if I'm doing this for myself, and then the big blue button to confirm. You can hit the big blue button here to check, see what's available. So now I have all of these options up here for Minsu, or the Chinese Airbnb, in Chengdu for the dates I specified, September 13th to September 30th. Now, up at the top, there are some filters. So, first one here is locations in the city. So if you're going somewhere and you want to stay near certain sightseeing places or train stations, you can use this one here if you know what area you want to stay in, okay? But it is all in Chinese. So this one might take a bit of help with like a Chinese friend or something. But otherwise, you can just leave it blank. That's also fine. Next is price. If you have a price range in mind, you can choose. This is the price per night. So for example, this is less than 100 yuan per night. Or if I want to do 150 yuan per night, less than 150 yuan per night, you can choose what your price range is. Next is rooms and beds. So again, this also pulls up the same one we had before. If you need to change it, how many rooms, how many beds, how many people, is there children, is there elderly, are you bringing pets, how many washrooms, and the area of the rooms. Not the room, sorry, the area of the entire rental. Last one here, this one's very important for foreigners. So when you click on this one, we're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're gonna select the fourth one from the bottom. This is special requirements. Fourth one from the bottom, special requirements. And on the right hand side, you're gonna hit this one, 接待外宾. Remember these four characters, 接待外宾. This means that they accept foreigners. Not all hotels in China accept foreigners. Not all Minsu in China accept foreigners. You're going to use this filter to filter out all of the ones that don't accept foreigners. The last thing you want is confirm a rental, everything's set up, you think everything's good, you show up, and they tell you, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't realize you're not Chinese, we don't accept foreigners. So you don't want that to happen. Make sure that you select this one. Next, we're gonna hit the big blue button to check for houses or check for Minsu. There are over 300, it tells me here, that fits my requirements. So here are all of the results in Chengdu City for the dates I specified that are under 150 yuan per night and that allows foreigners to stay in. Let's take a look at this first one here. So it says that for 17 nights, it is 1,640 yuan. It is one room, one bed, one washroom. It can fit 2 people. The entire rental is about 40 square meters. And then this is an address of where it's near. So let's click in here and have a look. So up at the top, you have a photo gallery. This one actually has a video of what it looks like. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like it's more like a condo apartment. You're essentially renting this entire unit. So you can see it's got a fridge. It's got 2 beds here. They have some decorations there. There's a balcony. It looks like a little sofa or a little love seat. Oh, looks like there's a stove. Here's your washroom. I can make it bigger, sorry. There's your shower. You have a water boiler, toilet. Yeah, and there's a kettle there, okay? So that's this Minsu. You can also click on it and have a look at the some pictures of it. Okay, it looks like there's also a washing machine here. They have a blow dryer. They have some amenities here for you, toothbrushes and stuff, okay? All right, this part here is the address, okay? So you can actually click on it and it shows you the address of where it's located near. It's not the, is that the exact address? It actually is. This is the exact address. Okay, this is the exact address of where this Minsu is located. Again, it's showing me the dates that I selected, and it's got everything. This is the one that I'm looking at here, okay? Now, if you click on the room itself here, this is gonna show you the details of what's included. So again, 40 square meters for the entire place, one room, one washroom, one kitchen. It can stay 2 people. Okay, was renovated in 2026, so it's very new. It's on the 3rd floor. It says here there is an elevator. There is a free parking space. So here again it says free parking, elevator. You can have suitcase storage. They have cutlery for food. There is bedding. So it says they have bedding. They change the bedding 1 time per customer. So that means that during your entire stay there, they're not going to be changing the bedding. They're only changing it 1 time after a customer leaves. They do offer pickups from the train station or the airport, but it's with a fee. And it says they can speak Mandarin or the local language, which would be Sichuan dialect over in Chengdu. It has air conditioning, it has Wi-Fi, it has a small sofa, there is a washing machine, there's hot water. These are all your amenities. So towels, other kind of towels, bigger towels, toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hangers for clothing, sandals, hair dryer. This is a shower, so a standing shower. There's no tub, it says here. There is a dryer. Okay, that's unusual. Most Chinese places don't have dryers. There is a kitchen, so we saw that in the video. There's a fridge, there is a table for dining, there is free water, there is a kettle for boiling water. The door is a smart lock, so they will give you a code. You input the code. There is a fire extinguisher in there. There is a projector for watching movies. There is karaoke, my goodness. There is a window. There are decorations on the walls. And there are protectors on the table corners if you have children. This one here tells me about the deposit. So this requires a 200 yuan deposit. When you make a reservation, this 200 yuan will be paid directly to the landlord. And once you leave, after you check out, this 200 yuan will be returned to your Alipay, okay, after you leave. So it can accommodate 2 people, no extra people. And confirmation, so they will confirm your reservation no less than 12 hours, or no more than 12 hours after you make the booking. If you want to cancel, so before 6 p.m. on September the 13th, you can cancel for free. Okay, these are like fees and stuff. So obviously if you cancel last minute and the reservation's already in place, then there's going to be a penalty. They can offer receipt if you want one. Check-in is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. or sorry, 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. All right, 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. is check-in. 1 p.m. is checkout time. Okay, and this says they accommodate people from mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan. They accommodate children, elderly. They do not accommodate babies though, like infants. Okay, it says here, no pets, no smoking. It says you can't cook here, but they do have a kitchen, so you might have to check with them the details of that. So you can see here the fee is 270 yuan and 24 cents per night, but then they have all of these discounts. So because you are like reserving 17 nights, they are discounting 173 yuan per night. They are, I don't know what all these are, but like they're discounting all these things. So at the end, when everything's done and calculated, it comes out to 98 yuan per night, which is 1,640 yuan total for 17 nights. If you want to make this accommodation, you can click this big blue button and make the accommodation. If you have questions, there is a button on the left-hand side here. This is Ask the Landlord. So here, you can ask them. Click on this blue button here to send them which room you're looking at. And then you can ask them questions. Now, if you are a foreigner renting a Minsu in China, what I would highly, highly, highly recommend is before you make this reservation, contact the landlord using this button here and just confirm with them that they accommodate foreigners. Because sometimes I think they either select that option and forget they selected it, or maybe they no longer and they forgot to change it. I have come across maybe once or twice, not often, once or twice where the landlord changed their mind before I entered, before my check-in date. So luckily it wasn't like I showed up at the front desk and suddenly they were like, oh, we don't accommodate you anymore. But it was like after I made the reservations and a couple days later, they contact me and were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just noticed you're like not Chinese citizen and we don't accommodate foreigners. Like we forgot to like uncheck that option. So before you make your reservation, again, contact the landlord, use Google translate your question into Chinese, and just confirm with them that they do take foreigners. So overall, that's basically how you make a reservation on this app for Minsu, okay? These are your reviews. Like if you want to keep scrolling down, these are reviews. You can have a look at other people who have stayed there, what their photos are. You can Google translate some of these reviews if you like. These are all things about like public transportation, like how close is it to the train station, the airport, places you can sightsee nearby, places to eat, all sorts of things. So like I said, it's all in Chinese. So it can be very overwhelming if you don't know any Chinese at all. So if you have friends who can speak Chinese, do reach out to them, ask them to give you some help with this, or make use of your Google Translate or translation apps, you know. And you can see here, there's lots of them, right? So this one's for $1,200 or $1,929 yuan, sorry, not dollars. This one's for 1,534 yuan. So yeah, also be careful if something looks very, very cheap, like surprisingly cheap compared to all the others, it could be a hostel. If it's a hostel, let me make this very cheap and see what it shows me here. Like under 100. Okay, it's not showing me much. Let me see, under 50. Okay, so see, you can see here, these are bunk beds. This is more likely a hostel, okay? So it says 花季清游. 清游 is hostel, it means. So be careful of those. If it looks surprisingly cheap, then it might be a hostel, which then means you're sharing a room with strangers. You're sharing a washroom with strangers. All right, so just be careful of that. Make sure you're choosing places that have private beds and private washroom, like if that's what you're looking for. Okay, so if you have other questions about it, feel free to let me know in the comments. I hope that was helpful for you. And yeah, if you are in the Yangzhou area when you're traveling in China, hit me up, let me know. I just want to make one extra note. You do need to upload your passport information onto that app to make reservations. I know that some people are a little bit hesitant to upload that sort of private information onto apps on phones, but in China here, any app that requires money to be exchanged, in order to ensure that you're not scamming people, you are who you say you are, it requires you to verify your identity. So Alipay requires it, WeChat requires it, Taobao, the Chinese Amazon requires it, and Xiecheng, this app to rent Minsu also requires it as well. For Chinese people, they have a national ID card, so they use that. For us foreigners, it's going to be our passport information. Okay, just give you a heads up. Bye.